What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend, Crystal Cross, right here on the Morning Jam podcast, where we talk about any and everything, personal, old snaps and claps. It's a dang good day to talk about a few things. So let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Cross right here on the Morning Jump podcast. I am super excited to have Miss Lyrik here with me on the Morning Jam podcast. How are you, sis? How's it going?
Hey, what up, though? Everything is well and magnificent. How are you doing, gorgeous?
Listen, I am so blessed. And, I say I can complain, but I won't complain.
I know that's right. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it anyway, and God don't like
Listen,
that.
you don't like it. But in your bio, you was like, life is about choices. Don't nobody owe you nothing. You owe yourself. That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
So right
Absolutely.
here on the Morning Gem podcast, I want you to let the people know who you are and where you're from.
Yes. My name is Miss Lyrik or LaShann Broaden Thomas, aka Miss Lyrik, the beautiful beast. And I am, oh my God, I am an inspirational artist. I am a TV show host. I am a motivator, all around people pusher. I am here to simply do two things: save and change lives, period, point blank. You know, I tell you what, I'm a survivor that's overcome many obstacles and challenges in life. I used to think that, it was hard, or, life was hard, but I'm so glad that God thought I was strong enough to go through those things so that I can be an inspiration. So I'm just a beacon. I'm just a child of God, just doing whatever I can to be a blessing while I'm on this earth, man.
Absolutely. When I was reading your bio, I was kind of like, oh, wow,
Yeah.
really? So this has transpired through this young lady's life, and she has survived. And look at her now. She don't look like what she's been through. She's amazing. I met you for the first time at your wedding.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes, yes.
and it was just an amazing event. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. I do appreciate you for that. You and your husband is amazing peeps and family of mine. So thank you for that. It was beautiful.
Yes. Like that was, that was a great way to meet, right?
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely. I loved you. I loved your spirit. You're definitely beautiful and a beacon of light yourself as well. So when you reached out to me, I was, very eager and, been ready to work with you and connect. So I'm glad that you reached out and the time and permit for us to be able to come together and do this. I'm very excited. And then, I'm gonna be inviting you on,
Absolutely.
myself, because I need to come over there
Absolutely.
and,
I'm ready.
definitely bring you on there, because I know every woman has a story. So I feel that it's my job to help as many people know that you're not alone as possible. I feel that with all of the things that women go through and people, but it starts with the woman, because I feel that the woman is responsible for what we call people. Men and women come from women.
Yeah.
So my goal is to help as many women be healthy mentally as possible.
That's awesome. I love that mental thing, because when your mental state is like messed up, your whole, glamour, your whole day, your whole look, all of it is like off tilted. It's like, hey, I can't even move forward. I feel like I'm continually going backwards. But when that mental state is on point and ready, God can do so much and so many things to transpire in both of our lives. Because I know when I met you, your spirit as well was so warm and so welcoming. I was like, well, I just love these people. And like your family was amazing as well. And for you, I know, Miss Lyric, how in the world did you connect with music? I know that sometimes as people we go through things and it just
Yeah.
connects. So what connected you to the music?
Well, I guess I've always been a storyteller. As soon as I was able to talk, I was able to, create stories. My mom, and it's so funny, I just had this conversation with my mom recently, and she said that I wrote my first rap when I was 5.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, I used to write greeting cards, like my birthday cards and things like that came from the heart. So I
Yeah.
guess I've always been a writer and, skilled with, I guess I'm skilled at it. I was born for it. See, sometimes we have a purpose and we don't know. But when I start checking back to what I was doing when I was a little girl, I always loved to write. I always loved to read. I always loved stories. And I guess when I was like 13, I found poetry. I found rhyme. So I started, of course, as a poet, and then I found a little beat, and and then it became history. I told myself that I wanted to be a rapper after watching somebody, I think maybe Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, just I was like, you know what, that's cool. I would like to do that. And
Yeah.
it was kind of like a seed that planted, and maybe God super heard me, you know.
It just worked for you, huh? It just worked. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So do those
Absolutely.
do those different ones now continue to inspire you to keep, going and doing what you're doing now as an artist?
Absolutely. And what's strange is, because so any female artist in some aspect has inspired me,
Mhm.
down to the ones that are gutter. Because as a female artist, to make it in the industry, in the male dominated industry, I was
Mhm.
just always interested in growing up as I was raised by my father. So I was raised by my father, who put me around other males. So
Mhm.
I always was in that environment, and to see women be successful in that environment, I always was like, if I do this, I want to be successful at it. So I'm always going to look at those who are successful. It became a challenge when I crossed, because I was not always inspirational, of course.
Mhm.
If you Google me, like, yeah, I mean, I wasn't always inspirational. So
Yeah.
I believe that Salt and Pepper, or Salt, for example, did inspire me to do gospel, or that it was a different way to do this rap thing, when I heard her spitting on Kirk Franklin, GP, are you with me?
Yeah.
When she rapped on there. So
Hey, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I
that
know
that
exactly
was,
what
I
you're
was
talking
like,
about.
salt, no
That's
pushing,
crazy.
no shooby doo. We talking about God? Are you
Yeah.
serious? So I think that was when the seed was planted. Queen Latifah definitely inspires me from the sense of unity. I love how she loves women, with her music. She was one, when you check the history, she was one to start putting women together on records,
Yeah.
making unity tracks, making ladies first, things like that. I thought that was pretty cool coming up. And I feel like that's not done in this season. And I feel like that's what I'm here to do.
That's awesome. So, do you still continue to look at their lifestyle as well and can say, hey, these women are still go getters and they're still continuing to influence me in that way?
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe that if I would say out of who I'm most influenced by now, I would say would be Queen Latifah, as well as Missy Elliott, because
Hmm.
I feel that when it comes down to music, they've stayed relevant.
Oh yeah.
No matter what they drop, they're going to catch the times. And I feel like that's the part of being an artist, is music should be timeless. And
Hmm.
when it comes to making music, that's the type of artist I want to be. I want people to say the same that I'm saying about them when it
Yeah.
comes to my music, because when you're walking in purpose, it's timeless. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
that's exactly what I strive to be. If I'm going to do it, I want to be impactful.
Yeah. So what you're saying, Missy Elliott and Queen Latifah, I kind of like put them on the same, but not the same. They're kind of different, but
Yeah,
still the same. But
yeah.
what makes your music different than other women in this industry as rap as well? What makes you different?
Well, I feel like the creativity. I
Hmm.
feel that I have and am mastering taking life and being able to put it into tracks. So I take the way that I speak to people, because I'm an influencer. If you have a conversation with me, you going at the end of that conversation, something gonna change. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna click a light on. That's just the type of person that I am. So I found a way to deliver that in music. And then the part of my personality, man, I'm fun. I'm lit. I'm cool. I love life, man, because I lived so depressed. I walked around with my head down.
Yeah.
I used to collect, like probably like $100 a month, $20 a week from looking on the ground, picking up money, picking up change. That
Wow.
shows you how much I was, how low my self-esteem was. So
Mhm.
when I found myself, I felt like everybody should find their self. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this is not just for me. This is for all of y'all. So I start praying when I got into this, because I didn't know God started changing my music because I was following the wrong path. But when God started coming into my gangster raps, I knew that, something was different. And I knew that I had to be creative. I'm a rapping prophet. My music is therapy. So I had to be able, but I'm lit. So it's like,
Wow.
I was like, God, you got to show me how to do this. So that's why I reference Missy and Queen Latifah, because I feel like their sound, everybody wants you to fit in. Like, I
Mhm.
don't. Who do you sound like? Lyrik. That's who I sound like. Sound like me. I might
Exactly.
remind you of someone, but I sound like me. And that's what my goal is as an artist. And I feel like every artist should always want to be original and have your own sound, your own, something that makes you unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you write your own music and own
Absolutely. I
songs?
write my own music and everybody else's music.
Wow.
I write for kids as well. That's one of my biggest projects. One of the things that I love that I'm working on now is helping, young people create positive music. That's, I'm very passionate about that. So not only, am I writing my music, and I really don't write, I freestyle
Mhm.
my rhymes. I don't write, it comes here. I retain
Yeah.
it and I spit it. I don't know where that came from. But it's just, yeah, I write my own music. Absolutely.
So do you play any type of instruments at all?
Oh yes, I play, well, not actively, but how I got into music, I played violin, I played viola, I played clarinet, flute, percussion. Yeah, I moved around that band. Yeah,
Wow.
I love music. I love music, and I love, what's like the secret. My favorite music is classical. Number one.
Really?
Yeah, I love classical music. I tell my producers, I'm always I gravitate more towards symphony sound. So that's
Mhm.
like, it's the drama. So I've been trying to
Mhm.
create that drama sound with the hip hop, or the trap beats. You know what I mean? Because I want that
Yeah.
thing to hit where, yes, it's musical, it's beautiful, but it's also trending.
Mhm. So when you to say classical is one of your favorite genres of music.
Yes.
So when you're at home sitting, is that something that you listen to get this out of your head onto paper? That's dope.
Classical, man, Beethoven and Mozart are my homies, okay? I absolutely love, love, love. And it takes me to a very positive place from, the things that I've done, with, being that younger. Just
Mhm.
remembering when I got into my instruments, when I first fell in love with music. So, in classical is very good for unblocking. So I used to listen to it before testing. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I believe that, whatever they say about classical, I didn't do the research on it, but it definitely inspires me to be, inspirational. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Is there anything from either your past or now about Miss Lyric that you would change? Is there something that you would change?
Yeah, I don't have any regrets. And I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done, because it would not have made me this woman that I stand
Mhm.
here today, which is a strong, resilient, brilliant woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if I could change anything, I would have listened sooner.
Mhm.
You get me? I would have been obedient sooner. I would have put more into God sooner. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that I would say that I would change, because I feel like, why did I wait so long to love God like this? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I wish I would have been doing that sooner, but that's my mission, to help young people know, like, do it
Yeah.
now. You don't have to wait. And even if you mess up, God, God got you, but just give him you right now. Like, I don't care if you're 10, I don't care if you're 19, 20, like, wherever you're at, like, don't think that, you don't need God. And that's what I thought. So that would be the thing that I would change, if I could, is that I would have gotten on this God train a lot sooner and been serious about my life.
That is so awesome. So where did you get the name, aka name, Miss Beautiful Beast? Where does that come from?
Woo, God. Um, so, women refer to themselves as bad bees.
Mhm.
That makes my skin cringe. I will never refer to myself as a B word anymore once that I know what it stood for and how derogatory it was. So of
Yeah.
course, when I was in the world, it was cool. I was with it. But when I understood the power of the tongue
Yeah.
and, demanding and speaking over your life, I did not want to refer to myself as a female dog nor any other queen. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't care how cool we are. I really don't like that lingo, and I won't. So God gave me Beautiful Beast when I got into my ministry, because that was a popular saying back then, bad B, bad B. And
Mhm.
I was like, what's the BB on your side, God? And he told me Beautiful Beast. I'm beautifully and wonderfully made in the image of God. Beast, be bold and courageous as a lion. Pursue your life as a lion. Do not be afraid of anything. Walk with no fear, especially on this walk. So when he gave me Beautiful Beast, I thought it was for me. I thought it was because I'm a Leo. So I thought that it was all of that
Yeah.
had to do with me. And girl, God just showed me by a little girl coming up to me, looking at my shirt one time, and because I made my gear for me initially. And the little
Mhm.
baby told me, she said, "What is that?" And I said it to her just like I said, well, God told me a beautiful beast is the bad bee alternative. You don't call yourself that. And
Yeah.
immediately, I think he was like 10 years old. That girl went and got her mama and asked for my music and to buy a t-shirt.
Oh, wow. That's
And
awesome.
I knew then that, what, start branding this, put it out there,
Yeah.
so I start calling myself that. And now women was like, that's me, Lyrik. I relate. I'm like, well, it's for you too, because I'm the type of sister, I don't hold nothing for me. If this resonates with you and you feel like this, you can have it. So then I start making shirts for people, and and now it's a movement, man. So they
Yeah.
do call me a beautiful beast, but we have lots of beautiful beasts. You're a beautiful beast. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's out here fearless,
Yes,
that
I
you know
am.
that that's pursuing their purpose. So that's what a beautiful beast is.
That's great. That's great. So, in this, I know that there is a title that says God's Ride or Die Chick. Where did that come up? Where did that come about?
Well, my homeboys will call me a rider. If I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm not fake, nor am I phony. If I ride with you, I ride with you. If I'm your friend, if I'm your sister, if
Hmm.
whatever I say, I'm a true, authentic person.
Hmm.
So when I was in those streets, and something needed to be done, they could call me and they could rely on me.
Hmm.
So when I came to God, same thing.
Same thing, huh?
Same thing, same, but harder, but harder. I'm not gonna ride harder in the world than I do for my God. So I'm like, God, you can count on me to do anything. Just say the word. I'm there. Johnny
Listen,
on the spot.
Lyric, I so love. I'm gonna say I love the gangster in you.
Yeah,
Love it. Some and I'm saying gangster, but I just love your boldness. It's
yeah,
just so powerful.
yeah.
And looking at you as a Black woman that's out here doing the thing, I am so honored to have you in my life. Um, like I said, when I met you at your wedding, it was just automatic, just like that. I was like, okay, this young lady is amazing, and it was just more. It was so warm welcome to like your life. Like you were more like, come on in. This
Yeah.
is me.
Come here.
This is
It's
what
me.
you see. This is what it's gonna be. So
Yeah.
in that, you reference all. I've heard you say it like 3 or 4 times. You said your past. back in the day. So
Hmm.
you have mentioned that. So what part of back in the day and what's happened in the past made this beautiful beast?
Man, oh my goodness, that's a good question. That was a loaded one.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I think back, it's like I feel like the old people, and I'm overwhelmed with joy, man.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Crystal, I was dead. I was a walking zombie
Mm.
because I
Wow.
was so hurt. I was so hurt because I felt that life dealt me a bad hand every time. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I felt like I was losing every time, Jesus. And
Wow.
for for me to be this person today, for me to even say that I ride for God when I was a blasphemer, when I told
Mm-hmm.
God where he can go and how he can get there, like to leave me alone, because I felt that it was no help for me. I felt that I couldn't be loved. I felt that, aside from my siblings and my family, like nobody was really rocking with me, and people in my family wasn't rocking with me. I had so many things that the devil made me feel like was stacked up against
Yeah.
me, that I couldn't really see the blessings in my life. I could, I just kept saying I was left for dead in that park, but then
Wow.
forgot that I rose. You get what I'm saying? Like it's the things that we say, but we forget the good
Yeah.
of those things. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just because my environment was negative. I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada. I come on, man, Sin City, and like off the strip, it's real. Off the strip, it's real. And I was raised in an environment, in the '80s. I mean, dope and pimping and hustling and just being around that as my background. It's my
Yeah.
blueprint. And I just knew that wasn't me. I just was like, something else is for me, but I didn't know how to break from that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally, grew up as a woman and just start, figuring out life and making all of these mistakes, I I I just look back like, God, thank you for preserving me. Thank you for,
Mm-hmm.
turning my, giving me beauty for ashes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because,
Wow.
like, yo, oh my God, like the things that I've seen, when I think about it, I know it's my life. I lived it. Y'all gonna see it because it's going to the big screen. I promise you that. But it's my life, and I lived it, and it was hit after 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 hit
Wow.
after hit after hit. You understand me? For
Mm-hmm.
about 30 years of my life, that I go
Wow.
through back to back to back to back to back to back pain. And I had no understanding that I would be this woman today. So to be this woman from the outside looking in, because sometimes I have to step out
Mm-hmm.
and look at myself. And I had to
Yeah.
say, yo, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you because I know my story in depth more than anybody,
Mm-hmm.
more than any. And I'm so transparent and 100, but y'all still getting it watered down. It's certain things I can't say because I don't know. I mean, it might
Yeah.
incriminate me. I'm being factual,
Wow.
but
Wow.
my heart is to save people's lives because it's somebody right now sitting, it's some young girl right now that doesn't know how to get through it. So I feel like every stage of my life, I can offer something. So from
What would you say to that person or that young girl that's like right now felt like I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm alive, but I'm dead. I have no hope. I have nowhere to turn to, but I feel like this is just me. I have nowhere to turn to. I'm done. What would you say to that person?
I would say what I always say.
Hmm.
You don't nobody owe you nothing. You're gonna have to pick yourself up. You're going to have to be your cheerleader. You're going to have to be your own friend. You're going to have to be your own supporter. You're going to have to clap for yourself, sis. You're going to have to be your own motivator.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do it. You understand me? Because ain't nobody going to do it. But watch, when you start, and it all starts with believing in God, loving God more than you love anything or anybody, then you will perfect the self-love journey. It's not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight, but I promise you it's worth every second of it. Because to be who I am now, if I wouldn't have been introduced to God, and if I didn't receive these jewels along the way, if I didn't meet these people and be open to change, then I never would have changed. So it starts with you, period. You cannot make excuses. I don't care what nobody done to you. That you have to let it be, dead it, and move on. Understand that you have to stand solo dolo. When it come that time, it's only you. It's not mama standing there. It's not that dude that did that. It's not whoever raped you. It's you. Solo. You the one that got to answer. And God don't want to hear that, because everybody get an opportunity. If you hearing this right now, this is your opportunity to pick it up. Don't cry. Command. Because the word says we are overcome by the power of our testimony. Speak life and you will live. When you feel like, instead of saying, I feel depressed and I can't, you better start saying, I can.
Yeah. That's
do
dope.
all things through Christ who strengthens me. Don't rely on your strength. Because when we are weak, that's when God is strong. And that's facts.
Love it. I love that you're so dope, sis. But we are almost out of time. We're going to have to continue this another time. And I so appreciate you. Let the people know right now where they can connect with you and get a hold of you.
Absolutely. So the easiest way to connect with me now is I am Miss Lyrik. Ms. MZLYRIK. My website is IamMissLyrik.com. My Instagram is I am Miss Lyrik. I am Miss Lyrik on Facebook. I am Miss Lyrik everywhere. And of course, worst case scenario, it's God for me. If you put it's God for me, I promise you I'm coming up. Google me. I'm there.
Well, thank you so much. I look forward to our next conversation. I thank you for being right here on the Morning Jam with your sister and your friend Crystal Cross. And I look forward to the next one. Peace out, sis. Love you.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this podcast, tune in each week on thinkingoutloudnetwork.com. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with your friends and family. Until next time, peace.